Okay.
And I'm trying to say, oh, yes. Okay, I'm on. Okay, good. Then I'll take it off. I'll flash the camera. Okay, all right. Thank you. Bye.
Hi, Catherine here, along with Bill, Chris Abakoff, and we have two guests who are working on some kind of aspect of citizenship
School project.
for a project. And which school?
Wyndham Tech.
Wyndham Tech. And gentlemen, your names are again?
Jaden Craft.
Louder.
Jaden Craft.
Jaden Craft.
Yeah.
Jaden Craft.
Mr. LaPointe,
Miss Darkhouse.
And
I'm sorry,
you, sir?
Gavin Henny,
Gavin?
Henny,
Can't hear the last name.
Gavin Henny.
Hannon. Gavin Hannon. What grade are you in?
We're sophomores.
Okay, and we have Linda Gagney, our tax collector.
Evening, Linda.
Hi, Linda. We have Sherry Much, our town
Evening,
clerk,
Sherry.
and we have Lynn Byberg. Lynn is our assessor.
Hi, Lynn.
And when all is said and done, what we'll be doing is adding an executive session to this meeting. It'll be at the end of the meeting. And I would like, at the time, we'll invite in Linda, Sherry, and Lynn. Talk about a personnel matter. Okay, moving along.
Gentlemen, during an executive session, we'll have to ask you to leave the room, just because we'd be talking, I assume, about personnel issues. Those are confidential.
And the only time we do government in the sunshine. So the only time we can have private, like almost like a private meeting like that, is when it has to do with an employee issue or a personnel issue. Or one that would involve litigation, like a lawsuit. Those are the only reasons we can hold an executive session. Correct me if I'm wrong.
You're right.
I've been doing it a long time. Okay, so moving merrily into this. Members present, we have Bill and myself, and then we have all of those guests. Hear from the public. Is there anybody who would like to speak from the public? I'm going to assume that's a no. Acceptance of the minutes of the regular meeting of April 21st, 2025.
So moved.
Okay, Bill. And Chris, those aren't the ones that I haven't provided the final piece to.
No,
have-
you have to finish 6.
I'm sorry?
You have to finish May 6.
Thank you. On my birthday, okay. Okay, so Bill, I second the motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes, thank you. The special meeting of May, minutes from the special meeting of May 6th needs to be, we'll be taking care of at our next meeting. Hear from boards, commissions, committees. The only thing I would like to mention is that cemetery committee, we haven't met again. It's been a long time. But I have gotten some feedback from our sexton that, some people were a little confused about how to get their memorials in, and someone wanted to, he actually went in and put a memorial in the middle of a grave as opposed to in line with the other things. So I think we're gonna have a meeting in the near future to go through some of the things that we had talked about before for that committee. Okay, another one is the transfer station committee. Bear with me, just gotta get the name right. I was notified that Chuck Atkins will not be able to serve on that committee. He has some other commitments that he needs to address, so we're gonna need to find another person for that committee.
Sorry to hear that.
Sorry?
I said, I'm sorry to hear that.
Me too. Absolutely. He was,
You've served
Very
on that committee
apologetic.
A long time and it's
yeah,
been a valuable resource.
yep. Okay, old business, Ashford School replacement project status. We are winding down towards the warranty. Okay, that's all I can say at present. We will be having a meeting with the Imperial. And I don't think Gardner will be there, but Imperial has made it clear that any aspects of the warranty that we are not comfortable with can be negotiated. So I think what we want to do is when he comes to have that meeting, I think I'd like to have a special selectmen's meeting. Okay. So that's got to be worked out.
Have they given us a draft of the warranty yet?
No,
Catherine?
no,
Okay.
but he did say it's coming. He
So
also
it's
was giving
Christmas.
some good, I believe, some good advice about it. It's
Okay.
a 30-year warranty. Okay, Ashford School solar project status. We've been busy. So the request for proposal, the RFP went out to solicit bids on May 9th. And included in the RFP was the town's proposed paid purchase agreement. I did get they're going to do a walkthrough tomorrow. The people who are interested, or the bidders. And then the bids are due by, and I'm forgetting the date. Chris, is it
The 30th.
May 30th?
What's the 30th?
It's when we're gonna open the bids. So in addition, MHR, our owner's representative, Mark, and SGE, the engineering company that's doing kind of a preliminary plan with explanations about the wiring and the electrical setup at the school. They went in yesterday and did went through what the wiring is and everything. They've already written up a bit of a summary. And they'll be providing that information to the companies that bid. It won't be there for tomorrow, but it'll be there in time for them to incorporate that into whatever they're doing. He does have a couple of questions that came up today. That have come from bidders. And I need to get some advice on how to answer those. Let's see, and that's kind of where that stands, moving ahead as quickly as we can. The update on the Kettle Rock EPA lien status, we don't have any updates on that, to my knowledge, right, Chris?
Right.
Okay, new business.
Gentlemen, just so you're aware,
Ooh,
we're guided by certain elements of what they call Freedom of Information Act. And so we have minutes that will be issued for this meeting that will explain probably everything you're hearing here, be laid out.
Right.
And those will be available, what, 48 hours?
somewhere, it doesn't, we've got up to 7 days, but we usually have them out in a few
They'll either be
minutes.
filed on our webpage or with the town clerk, and Chris will have a draft of them. Or, if you want to take a look at them, refresh your memories.
All right, thank you.
And I'm always available to meet with you if you want to understand how the town government is structured. Okay, there's different boards and committees and they all have unique roles. And I can give you a kind of a good overview at least. So that, when you're asking questions, you kind of know which group has what category of questions. So just give me a call and I'll make time for you. The other thing is, I'm very sorry, I forgot to give you the selectmen's briefing. So we're gonna backstep here for a second. First selectmen's briefing. Let's see. Quick one, Ashford Senior Center Director Monica Gallegos reached an agreement with Big Y Foods to receive bread items from Big Y for pickup at the center by residents over 55 years of age. I believe those will be free. There'll be an article in the Citizen about it that's being put out by the senior center. So that was really nice. She'd been working with them for quite a while on that. And then, Sherry York's, last day at work will be July 15th. Let's see. And I don't think I have much more than that. I'm trying to think if anybody has had a big complaint about anything. No. Not anything of note at this point. So if we can move on to the Board and Commission appointments. Nothing for Economic Development. Nothing for the Agriculture Commission. Zoning Board of Appeals. Chris, ZBA recommends moving Deb Macarone up from an alternate position to a regular position. And that would be for that's to fill one regular member vacancy until the next municipal election, which is November 5th this year. So if I could have a
Which commission, I'm sorry, did you say that was?
Zoning Board of Appeals,
Okay,
and that is to move Deb Macarone up from her alternate
And
position.
we've got something in writing on that
From Keith.
from Keith?
Yeah, from Keith, and she has been involved as an alternate.
Yep. I will make that motion.
I will second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And with great thanks
Okay.
for her taking that on, because I know she's on some other things as well. Let's see. We have Commission on Aging reappointments. Esther Lovell Jagodzinski, Jane Martin, Catherine Walsh Sampson, and Charlene Armitage, all of them to June 30th, 2027.
I will make that motion with much appreciation and thanks.
Okay, Chris, we can do them all as one, right?
Mhm.
Okay, I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And again, with appreciation. Okay, Conservation Commission, nothing. Babcock Library Board of Directors, nothing at this time. Planning and Zoning, nothing there. Parks and Recreation Commission membership. One of the problems that the Parks and Recreation Commission has been having is that their alternates are showing up, but their regular members are not showing up. Some have not shown up in quite a while. And others are kind of spotty. So in a way, they haven't been able to transact business because they didn't seat anybody. Also, they need to seat Dave Roston if he's going to act as the chair, because he's an alternate. What they're doing now is they're canvassing the people, the members who do not come to the meetings. And one, either asking them if they would like to leave the commission and make room for others to come on. Or if they're going to make sure that they have instructions about that they can be seated if that member is missing, that kind of thing. As it is, they can be seated regardless. The whole point is to make sure that they can do business. And again, the three alternates are the ones that always show up. So,
One question, Catherine, you mentioned about David Rossman needing a vote to be appointed as chairman. My recollection was when we appointed him to the board, I looked into
Yes,
the
we did.
statutes on that.
as an alternate,
And we could appoint him, and we did, as chairman, as the Board of Selectmen.
I don't believe we can appoint the chairman.
Double check that.
Well, bear with me. For a person to be in that role, each time he should be seated like a regular member. He may be an alternate, just, it's so simple to seat him, and they don't have all the regular members
Yeah,
there.
I know it's simple, but you might want to check that statute, because we acted as a Board of Selectmen and appointed him alternate, and we appointed him chairman at the time. because there was no chairman of the committee for over 2 years.
No, that I appreciate. I know because you and I were both
Yeah,
cajoling him.
yeah. But my understanding was that the board could appoint him as permanent chair until other arrangements were made. Just double check it.
Yeah, I actually checked downstairs.
Okay,
Okay, but the bottom line is that he is actually doing part of the canvassing out to members who are not coming.
Yeah.
To get them to either leave the board, make room for somebody else, or to at least make sure that they've appointed somebody to be there,
that's fine.
seated for them.
Good.
Okay, consideration of appointment of Ashford Town Clerk Sherry Much to fill the position of Town of Ashford Historian. Bill, I think you have the write-up.
Yes, I think I do.
Okay. I'm gonna make a motion so that we can have a discussion.
Okay,
I move that Sherry Much be appointed Town of Ashford Historian based upon her knowledge and her skill set.
I will second that for the point of discussion.
Very good.
What I'd like to do is table that. Although I appreciate it, and certainly she has the background and qualifications to do that. But being that that position has just recently, unfortunately, come open, my suggestion would be we put something in the Citizen asking if there's any other residents that are interested in the position to please notify the Selectmen's office. And that we move any action on this until our next meeting.
Since we're talking about doing that, do we have particular skills, knowledge that we anticipate this person will have to have? Because I don't want to get a pig in a poke.
I don't, you know what?
Never mind.
I don't think we've ever written up, but I've never seen a description written up for that position.
Well, then how will we make our decision?
I think the board would have to do it on whatever we receive in writing, if we receive anything in writing from anybody else, but I think they ought to be given the opportunity.
Okay.
You won't be able to go into the Citizen.
Yeah, I can't go into the Citizen, so it's only gonna go on the town website.
We can do that.
And how
We missed
long,
the
how
deadline with the
long,
Citizen.
Passed.
We've missed the deadline. with the Citizen.
oh yeah, what's today, the
Today's the
19th?
19th.
And how long do you, are we keeping this open?
Well, we're gonna meet in 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Thank you. All right, then I guess we're not taking action tonight. And I'm, Sherry, we'll come back to you on that.
Thank you.
The next item is review and consider town office building lower level parking lot lighting. Our electrician who's working on the lighting is still laid up.
Oh, I didn't realize.
Oh, yes, for the last, it's
Alex?
going on, I think, a week and a half now.
What
Uh,
happened?
We'll take that offline. I
Oh,
don't want to talk about
okay.
anybody's.
No, I wasn't realized. I didn't. okay.
Unfortunately, he was not, he would have liked to have attended so he could talk to us about it,
Yeah,
get it all laid out. But he won't be able to do that at this meeting.
I think our last meeting, we would said a special daytime meeting if it was more
Right,
convenient.
but
I didn't
again, so
understand
laid
it
up
was-
that I can't even do that. So
Ah,
that's why we had it on here just in case.
okay, okay.
Would somebody please add tax refund?
Yeah, did I
To the
skip
agenda.
something? Oh, yes. Can we have a motion to add the tax refunds to the
So
agenda?
moved.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Tax refunds,
I have one.
okay?
Citing statute 12-129 to Celeste Estevez in the amount of $68.27.
So moved.
Very good. seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you.
Okay, and then we have agenda items for next upcoming Board of Selectmen meetings, and then we're gonna go into executive session.
Now, the only one I'd say would be, reconsideration of the appointment of a historian.
Yeah. And before we have a motion to go into, to add executive session to the agenda, is there anything else that you feel we needed to discuss tonight?
Not that I have.
Okay?
And
So
this is the point we're gonna have to
we're gonna boot you.
boot you out of here. What we do is, for personnel reasons, we do it confidentially, and this is one of those matters. You're getting off easy tonight.
Okay, but wait, who do we have here? Okay, so Lynn and the other ones will come up to
Yeah.
join us in that executive
Okay.
session. So, can I have a motion to add the executive
I
session?
will move at 7:25 to go into executive session.
And we have to add it to the agenda first.
I will move at 7:25 to go into executive session
Okay, you're adding an executive session to the agenda,
at 7:25.
and then, okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, and then at 7:25, we are going into executive
To
session.
discuss personnel matters. Did you catch any fish?
I was planning to go after.
Oh, it's a good time.
And we've got a minute or two until the other people come up for the executive session. So if there's any other kinds of questions you want to ask us,
Yeah, you guys got any questions? We've been talking to you.
what is your assignment? What is your assignment like? Does it say, what is the structure of the local government? Those kinds of things?
Here, I have the actual paper. that I was supposed
I'd
fill
love
out
to
right
take a
here.
peek at it. I've done this before. So, some attendance. Okay, so the tricky part for you, are you going to other meetings as well?
I think we might have to.
You're gonna need to, because I think that the topic that stood out for you, there wasn't really one that
Yeah.
would stand out for you.
It was just like. a
So what
general-
town do you live in?
Ashford. Yeah, we live here.
You live in
Yeah.
Ashford?
Somebody went to the Board of Ed meeting at the last Board of Ed meeting, because they called today looking for the minutes. Because they couldn't find them.
Yeah, I could definitely help you with some of these.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, alright.
So give me a shout.
Thank you.
All right, guys, thank you.
Yes, is there someone-
Okay, I'm gonna shut down the meeting. And we're going into executive
Have a
session.
good night.
Thank you.
Oops, let's get this up here.